What's up guys, Philip here bringing you another review. Today we're going to be doing a combo review with this wired mouse by Aukey as well as their RGB gaming light up mouse pad. So a little bit about this brand Aukey. They're more on the budget side when it comes to gaming peripherals. This mouse here goes for around 20 to 25 bucks and this RGB light up mouse pad is also within that price range. So this mouse here is called the Aukey GM-F2 and the mouse pad is called the KM-P6. If you're interested in any of these products or want to know more details about them, I'm going to leave some links in the description below where you can check them out. So with all that being said, we're going to get into the details of some of these products, but before we do, let's check out what was included in the box when you actually receive these packages. So starting off with the mouse here, when you receive the package, you're gonna get the mouse, of course, and then you're also gonna receive a user's guide manual. And then with the mouse pad, you're gonna receive the mouse pad, of course. You're also gonna receive a micro USB to USB-A cable, and then you're also gonna receive a basic user's guide manual. So now that we covered what was included in the box when you receive these products, let's move on to the design and build quality. So we're gonna start off with the mouse, and then we're gonna move into the mouse pad, and then we're gonna go later into the software. So when I first unboxed the mouse here, the first thing I noticed about it was that it was really lightweight, and that's kind of like was a good and a bad thing at first because I thought it was really lightweight because it was cheap. But to my surprise, despite its lightweightness, this still is a pretty high quality feeling mouse. And for a $20 range, I'm really impressed with the construction and overall feel of the mouse. The material is made of a fully plastic material. Pretty durable, I would say. Pretty impressed for the price range of this mouse. The scroll wheel has a little rubber piece on the tip, and then inside the scroll wheel, you got RGB lights. And speaking of the RGB lights, on this mouse, you have RGB lights all over. You got some on the sides over here. You got some on the back with a little logo. Pretty cool effect here. And just, you know, all over the place, you got little RGB lights. So that's pretty cool stuff. And these RGB lights can be customized in the software. In terms of size, I would say this is more of a mid-handed sized mouse. And if you have large hands, this thing was gonna be okay too, I guess. But if you have small hands or you have a child using this mouse, it's gonna be a little bit on the larger side. If you have more on the smaller sized hands, these would be okay, I guess. But if you have like tiny hands, this might be a little large for you. This is not an ambidextrous mouse, so it's only for righties because you do have the back and forth button on the sides over here. Grip style, this is definitely a palm grip style. You can't really claw grip it because it has a really long back over here, which makes it, you know, more curated towards palm grip users. And then a little bit about the click pressure with when clicking this mouse. The mouse on the front, when you actually click, it's a pretty solid click. And as you move your finger more towards the back, you have to apply more pressure because there is no cutout with the mouse clickers here. So it's kind of like you have to know where to click. Like I said, if you have small hands, it's gonna be a little bit hard to use this mouse. But if you have mid-sized hands, it's gonna be okay for you. And I would say you can click about somewhere like up here where like the DPI switchers are before the click doesn't really register anymore. If we look on the side of the mouse, we can see here that it is made of plastic and it has these little cutouts to give you a better gripping experience. So I like that this is made of plastic because it's not like a rubberized material which is kind of a bad thing because if your hand starts to sweat a little bit, that's gonna go into the rubber and it's gonna get all nasty. So I do like the fact that this is made fully of plastic. So this is also a wired mouse, which is gonna give you a little bit more reliability so you never have to worry about changing your battery. And your connection in terms of delay from your mouse to computer is gonna be pretty much no delay. So that's pretty nice as well. And this is a braided cable, pretty durable, I would say. And it goes for about somewhere between like 1 meter, 3 to 4 feet. That's the length of the cable. So here's a little click test for you to hear what this mouse actually sounds like. So here's the regular right clicker. Here's the left click. Here's the scroll wheel scrolling. DPI button. And that's pretty much it. And then let's do a little shake test so you can hear what this thing sounds like. Any rattles or anything like that. Yeah, no rattles, so pretty solid in terms of the build quality. There are a lot of mice out there that rattle, and this ain't one of them. So now that we talked about the mouse, let's move on to the mouse pad. The mouse pad here goes for about 3 feet in length, and then in height, this thing is about 1.5 feet. So it's gonna give you a lot of room to move your mouse around on, as well as place your keyboard here. And I do like the material of this mouse pad. It is made of a cloth material, which it looks like it's not gonna have any threading or anything like that, based off just looking at it. And yeah, it's pretty cool overall. On the side here, we do have these RGB lights that actually glow, and these can be changed in the software to do little different patterns of glowing effects, so you can make it transition from like green, red, blue, yellow, and basically any color combination you want. You can tweak all of that in the software. But if you don't want to install the software and just like play around with it, they do have a button here on the where this little block is on the top of the mouse pad, and this button has some preset colors and glowing patterns built in. So if I push the button here, you can see it changes various different colors. And it may not look as bright on the camera here, and that's because it's a little hard to capture the brightness with these studio lights I have coming in. But this thing is pretty bright, I would say, in real life. It's, like I said, it's hard to capture, but it looks really nice and pretty cool overall in real life. And the other area where there's some pretty cool lights is on the little block here. I think this looks pretty cool. Aukey put their logo there, and I really like the way that looks. So good stuff. I really like the design language of Aukey. This company really has aesthetics down, and you know, that's really nice. Especially, I know a lot of gamers, aesthetics matter to them, and you know, this equipment here, the mouse pad and the mouse, definitely do not disappoint. Also, one more thing about the mouse pad before we move into the software segment of this video. The mouse pad is connected via USB micro to regular USB-A. So just keep that in mind, that you're gonna need an available USB-A port when using this mouse pad, as well as mouse over here. So now that we covered the aesthetics of these devices slash peripherals, let's talk a little bit about the software. So the software is only compatible with Windows, unfortunately. If you do not have a Mac, you still can use these products perfectly fine. You just can't play around with some of the shortcuts that you can assign with the mouse here, as well as the lighting effects for the mouse and the mouse pad. So that's not a deal breaker if you're on Mac, because I do use Mac more often than I do Windows, especially for my workflow. It's just something I grew up doing. But Windows and Mac users are going to be perfectly fine using both of these products. So in terms of the software with the mouse, you can customize all of these keys to do whatever you want. They have, by default, this is gonna be a back and forth button on the side here. So forward and back, pretty standard stuff. A lot of mice have this built into it. And then on the top, you're gonna have 2 DPI switchers, which basically increase or decrease the speed of the mouse. And same with the mouse pad here. You can go in there and select different glow patterns, as well as different lighting settings. So with all that being said, are these products actually worth picking up? Well, the biggest selling point with these Aukey products over here, of course, is the price point. The price point is very budget friendly. A lot of equipment like this by companies like Razer or Logitech or SteelSeries, they're gonna run you like over $50 to $100 a piece, and that gets a little pricey. You can pick up both this mouse and huge mouse pad, RGB light up, both of these products for like $40 pretty much, yeah, $40 to $50 for 2 gaming peripherals that are pretty nice, I would say. So if you're on a budget, I would highly recommend these. If you're interested in picking up any of these products, the mouse or the mouse pad here, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description for you guys to check them out. And with all that being said, if you wanna see more tech videos like this, I review a lot of gaming stuff, smartwatch stuff, keyboards, headsets, all types of stuff. So if you want to see more of that stuff in the future, make sure you click that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching.